So as cliche as the term may be, by this point I would still consider myself a diehard foodie. I'm always looking for new restaurants to try, new cuisines, and luckily between DC and Baltimore, the exciting options are nearly endless. The world is my oyster. That is, of course, until a couple years ago when I was diagnosed with an autoimmune disease and I decided that I wanted to try and address it through a more holistic approach. That meant not only taking the medication that was prescribed to me by my MD, but also considering other factors like food sensitivities and diet. With the help of a naturopath doctor, I decided to eliminate gluten, dairy, and soy from my diet. A little bit of a doozy, but clearly that makes dining out a little complicated for me sometimes. When I used to go to a restaurant and think, what am I gonna have? And now I think, what can I have? It is a little challenging, but fortunately I find that in general most restaurants are very accommodating. And with my long history of working in restaurants, I know that it's best to be prepared. So whenever possible, I give the restaurant a call, especially with a reservation, to let them know about my specific food sensitivities so that the server can be prepared. And in general, they tend to arrive much more ready to answer questions, and it makes that whole conversation with the server a lot less awkward. I also find that a lot of restaurants don't necessarily update their gluten-free notations on the menus regularly. Most do, some don't. So if there's something on the menu that I think, I can't figure out why that doesn't fit my needs, I always ask, just in case. I can most confidently say that the entire food and beverage team at the Maryland Club is dedicated to going above and beyond to make sure that our guests are well taken care of. So whether you're planning an event with me, dining in the Squash Lounge, or the Charles Street Grill, if you or any of your guests have special requests or any sort of dietary restrictions, please don't hesitate to reach out to myself, Henry, Shanna, or Chef. We're always happy to accommodate and look forward to seeing you at the club soon. So luckily for me, I'm also a pretty good cook, and I'm always eager to learn new skills in the kitchen. So it's made home cooking a fun challenge for me. I'm also really fortunate to have lots of dietary friendly ingredients like dairy-free cheeses, tons of gluten-free ingredients, and even soy-free soy sauces. I've found some really fun kitchen hacks that have allowed me to cook some recipes that I thought that maybe I wasn't going to be able to have anymore. And today we're gonna cook some gluten-free, dairy-free crab cakes with Chef Victor. And we're gonna do that using a gluten-free panko made from rice checks. So super easy to do. I've also had good success making oysters and fried chicken with this, so really fun. So we have about 3 cups of rice checks there. Now we're gonna grind these up. This can be done in a blender or at home in your little food processor, but it can also be done just by mashing it. Okay, there we go. So these are pretty finely mashed. We still have a little bit of texture, which is good for this recipe. But if you were doing fried oysters or fried chicken, you might want them, the texture to be a little finer. But this is it. About 3 cups equals about 1 cup. I'm gonna hand this off to Chef Victor, and he's gonna make us some crab cakes.
Good afternoon. We are broadcasting live again from the Charles Street Grill. Chef Rachel, as you know, that was a wonderful thing for her to speak on her dietary restrictions and the cool hacks that she does when she's cooking in her own kitchen. But what I'm gonna do here is, Rachel already showed you how to put together the checks, which is great. Again, just a little with a saute pan in a Ziploc bag. You're good to go. We have a pound of Maryland crab right here, fresh Maryland crab. This is the crab that we use over here at the Maryland Club. So I'm going to, given the moisture content, cooking's all about feel. Recipes are obviously very exact, but when you're in the field, so to speak, you may have to adjust and do things. So we're just gonna take her 3 cups of her wonderful Chex Mix, and right here we have the Imperial, which is in the recipe provided during this video. But right here you pretty much have mayonnaise, eggs, it's gluten-free as well, dry mustard, Old Bay, Worcestershire, Tabasco, And the exact proportions are in the recipe. So I did 3 tablespoons per pound. But again, it's a feel thing. So we're going to mix this up. You want to be gentle with the crab because you want the whole jumbo lump crab to be intact so that when you put together your crab balls and or crab cakes, it will be wonderful. So I'm like, you wanna know what? I think that'll be good. And like what I like to do is just press on it to see how it adheres or comes together. And here we have a green handle. This is what we use in the restaurant. Please feel free to add a little bit. Doesn't have to be perfect. Everything will be fun. So you just get your green handled scoop and you that is a beautiful rustic Maryland gluten-free crab cake. And you just want to pack it like I'm doing so it.
Do you want to form one by hand?
And we could obviously form one by hand in case you don't have the crab cake. And again, it's not a specific ounce. These right here are probably 3-ounce crab cakes. So you have the ones formed by hand. Which you just want to be, this is going to sound like a double entendre, but it's hard and it's gentle because you want to form the crab cakes, but you don't want to mash the beautiful crab. Again, we made these about 3.5 ounces, so you get about 6 per pound. And in the recipe, if you do 5 4-ounce crab cakes. But then again, you could also do crab balls, like here I just did, you know, this is a little 1-ounce thing. So then we will sprinkle just a little bit of Old Bay on. And that's customary, you do the whistle. Just kidding. And then we'll spray it. And then we'll just pop them right in the oven. And these are Chef Rachel's gluten-free crab cakes. I just wanted to help be a part of her video as well, to have some fun and show her how we put together the crab cakes here at the club. So now those will cook for 9 minutes. I'll pull them out of a 500 degree, 450 degree convection oven, and we will enjoy some cool crab cakes. So we'll get back with you momentarily. Welcome back. We're going to take out the crab cakes from the oven per Chef Rachel's wonderful recipe. And again, this is about 9.5 minutes in a 450 degree convection oven, but those look really well. These look really wonderful. So just put those right there. And again, these are the ones formed by hand, and these are the ones formed by our ice cream scoop. So you just want to let them sit for a minute, which we'll do when we just pop them right on the plate. So, I'm going to try the one we formed by hand. And right here we have a fork. And these are just, wow. These look really good with the Chex Mix. Did really good, Rachel. And then for our Maryland Club crab cake, we just do 4 pieces of white bread with the crust cut off. but this is the gluten-free chef's hack, or Chef Rachel's hack of the Chex Mix to make this gluten-free to adhere to dietary needs. So please enjoy. We look forward to seeing you soon at the club. Stay safe, be well. It's really good, Rachel. Thank you.
You're right, Chef. These are delicious. Thanks so much for joining us. We look forward to seeing you guys soon.